Breaking news: a seismic shift has just rocked the UK pension system, and it could mean hundreds of pounds landing right into the pockets of unsuspecting pensioners. In a landmark decision, the High Court has ruled against the Department for Work and Pensions, or DWP, compelling them to pay out backdated state pension payments, averaging a staggering £900 per claimant. But hold on, this isn't just another legal ruling. It's a wake-up call for thousands who may have been underpaid for years without even realizing it. Imagine discovering that nearly £1,000 was rightfully yours all along, yet somehow it slipped through the cracks of a complex and outdated system. That's the reality now coming to light for a significant number of UK pensioners, particularly women, part-time workers, and individuals with irregular work histories. Welcome to Pensioners Power, your trusted source for everything you need to know about pensions, retirement planning, and financial wellness. Here, we cover the latest news, expert insights, and essential updates to help you maximize your retirement years. Whether it's understanding pension schemes, making the most of your savings, or staying informed about financial changes, you're in the right place. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. At the heart of this issue lies a deeply flawed system, one that has miscalculated entitlements for years and neglected to apply pension rules accurately. The court found that the DWP systematically mishandled how certain national insurance contribution years were accounted for, especially for individuals whose employment was interrupted by caregiving duties or non-traditional job patterns. This mismanagement has resulted in substantial underpayments to pensioners who relied on the DWP to calculate their pensions fairly. In some cases, these miscalculations spanned decades. The High Court didn't just rule that these mistakes should be corrected going forward. It demanded full accountability and compensation for the past. As a result, those affected will now receive backdated payments averaging £900 per person. Now, that amount might not seem life-changing to everyone, but for many elderly pensioners living on fixed incomes, this could mean paying off lingering debts, covering several months of utility bills, affording necessary home repairs, or simply buying essentials without anxiety. This isn't a bonus, it's money they were always owed. This court decision has sent ripples across the entire pension system, shining a spotlight on deep-rooted problems within the administration of the UK's state pension problems that go beyond individual error and point to institutional failure. The judges in this case made it crystal clear pensioners should not bear the cost of the government's mistakes. They rejected the DWP's defense that issuing retroactive payments would be too burdensome financially or administratively. The court emphasized that fairness and justice must take priority over bureaucratic convenience. So, what exactly went wrong? Several overlapping failures contributed to this mess. One of the key issues was how pensions were calculated for individuals who had gaps in their national insurance contributions. Women who left the workforce for caregiving, for example, were disproportionately affected. Additionally, the DWP failed to correctly apply inflation-linked increases over time, meaning that even minor yearly errors grew into significant deficits. Another common problem involved those who worked in jobs that were contracted out of the state pension system, a status that required specific accounting for contributions, which the DWP often failed to handle accurately. This isn't just about correcting errors. It's about confronting a systemic flaw in how the state pension has been managed for years. It's also about ensuring transparency, accountability, and fair treatment of pensioners who trusted the system to work on their behalf. And if you're wondering whether this applies to you or someone close to you, it's worth paying close attention. The groups most likely affected by this ruling include pensioners who reached state pension age before April 2016, especially those on the old basic state pension. Many of them are women who took time off work to raise families or care for relatives. Others may be people who deferred their pension, expecting it to grow appropriately, only to receive miscalculated payments when they eventually claimed it. Furthermore, individuals with complex or part-time employment histories, often more common among older workers and especially women, are also at risk of having been underpaid. Pensioners in contracted-out employment schemes may also be eligible for backdated payments if their contributions were not properly calculated. So, if you or someone you know fits into any of these categories, it's vital to review your pension records. Pension experts estimate that as many as 130,000 pensioners could be impacted by this ruling, and the financial implications for the government are enormous, projected to exceed £100 million in back payments. This case not only raises serious concerns about how pensions have been administered, but it also calls into question how many more hidden errors might still be buried in the system. For many of the people affected, these underpayments couldn't have come at a worse time. We're talking about elderly citizens, often vulnerable and reliant on every penny of their income to meet daily needs. Many of them may have faced financial hardship, gone into debt, or delayed essential expenses, all because the money that should have been supporting them simply never arrived. The injustice of it is staggering, especially when you consider that pensioners often assume their payments are correct. Most don't have the resources, knowledge, or support to audit complex pension records. They depend on the government to get it right. This case serves as a stark reminder of why oversight and transparency are so crucial, because without them, even life-sustaining benefits can go awry. Interestingly, the legal battle that brought this issue to light began with just a small group of pensioners who noticed discrepancies in their payments. What started as individual complaints evolved into a coordinated legal action that exposed the DWP's failures on a national scale. Legal teams meticulously combed through layers of technical pension regulations, unearthing years of overlooked mistakes. Their perseverance paid off, and now the result is a ruling that could restore not just money, but dignity and trust for thousands of older citizens. But the story doesn't end here. One critical question that remains is whether those receiving backdated payments will also receive interest on the money they were denied. Think about it: if these payments had been made correctly in the first place, many pensioners could have earned interest on that money, invested it, or avoided financial strain. As of now, the ruling hasn't explicitly addressed interest payments, but it's a conversation that's gaining traction, and one that affected pensioners are rightfully pushing for. If you're wondering what to do next, here's the most important takeaway: review your pension records or help a loved one review theirs. Look at the national insurance contributions, verify the years worked, and ensure inflation-linked adjustments were applied correctly. Don't just assume your payments are accurate. This ruling proves that errors can and do happen. If you suspect you may have been underpaid, contact the DWP or seek advice from a pension professional. This court decision could mark a turning point in how pensions are managed and monitored in the UK. It sends a powerful message: administrative errors are not just technical glitches, they're real problems that affect real people. And when those mistakes happen, accountability matters. For those in financial advisory roles or caring for elderly relatives, this is a call to action. Regularly checking pension entitlements can prevent years of underpayment and hardship. Thank you for watching Pensioners Power. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video with more insights on the issues that affect the UK. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest updates.